I hope you're doing well. We're about to really talk some seriousness here in the Jay Slater case. And with that, we are live. Welcome to our live here at 1111 True Crime, where we discuss everything from theories, speculation to fact, and so forth. Today, we're going to be pointing out something that we always discuss, which is common sense. And we have an inquest for Jay Slater, which we've already had part of one, but it is being paused, if you will, until we adjourn here coming up on the 24th and 25th of July. I'm smiling because I know we got the golden tickets. And so we have some of our own teammates here on the YouTube True Crime Streets that have thoroughly researched. So I don't like to be called a YouTuber because it kind of makes me feel like all I do is jump on, push a button, and talk. But really, just like a lot of the creators like Wax Unfiltered and Duncan, World Entertainment, we do a great deal of research. And so truthfully, we are investigative journalists, right? We investigate things and then we share it. Now, we do things a little different here on this channel. As you know, if you've been with me through the last year with Jay Slater, and some of you have been with me for years and years, legit. Now, kick your slippers off and get comfortable. Get your blanket, get yourself something to drink, because this is an interactive live as well, where we're going to do our research together. So basically, I go find information, I share it with you, and welcome back, Zoe. I share that information with you, and our live audience interacts, and we, as a brain trust for the victim that is voiceless, try to come through with some actual information that can help the situation out. I feel strongly that there is no accident. I don't feel there was a fall at all. I don't feel Jay was dropped off a cliff. I don't feel Jay was pushed off a cliff. I 100% will not accept that. And the reason is, well, I'll show you my reason, all right? So let's say hi to a few people. There is a huge amount of you here. I appreciate you tuning in, and we're going to get into it. So with that, let's say hello to a few people. Hey, OD, few minutes left, guys. Oh, I'm way behind on chat. Hey, OD. Bespoke, good to see you. Jennyville. Chat is moving fast. I get it. Hey, Missy Legger, welcome in. Thanks so much for last night's live. It was amazing with you. Your energy and love shines through. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you, Missy. Yes, we did a last night. Well, actually, yesterday. I have 2 videos. Let's go over to our PowerPoint real quick. And thank you, Missy. I did 2 videos, and they were both on Lily and Jack Sullivan, which I'm working that case, like beating that path too. But my brain is big enough, I can do 2 or 3 cases at once nowadays. When I first started in true crime, I was worried I'd get one part of one case confused with another. We're hundreds of cases in. We got this. TJ Hamilton, thank you for that snooper chat, my lovely. I so gratefully appreciate you. The $1.99 helps me out, and I am thankful. I'm also want to give a huge shout out to Nikki UK for the $25 snooper chat on PayPal, because then YouTube doesn't take a chunk out of it, and I get to actually use the money, all of what you're sharing with me, for things that help me be able to do this full time. So thank you, Nikki UK. As well as, I've been very blessed this week. Thank you, Jennifer Swain, for the $50 snooper chat on PayPal as well. You guys are catching on your own. I never expect anything. I'm just humble and grateful for all support. It allows me to do what we're about to do here. Now, you guys, I just want to share a lot of love to all of you, and we have to put a positive energy for Jay Slater, and that has to be our focus right now. So get your head in the game. Claire, don't even gist, right? You guys, part of the whole Jay Slater case is the whole running out of battery and not being there to call for help. Now, I'm not going to get off on too far of a tangent on this, but I am going to say, for the inquest, the court people, listen to me. When a lost person sends their GPS, it is to get help for someone to arrive at that location. So it would take an absolute moronic idiot to continue to travel 2.5 hours away with no way to signal those that are now on their way to arrive at that pinned location. So obviously we have questions, and that's just one of them. But I wanted to share this with you. So, what we think we heard, this is the first when it was just an audio. So originally, we didn't have no video to go with it because Ayab Qasim, the person that was in the Airbnb with Jay, did not release a video. And we all questioned for months. We thought you said there was a video to go with it. Well, that came out much later, and it doesn't fit what we're hearing. Not if you pay attention. Now I'm going to slap on my headphones, and I'm going to ask you to put in some earbuds or something so that you can hear this really closely. Warren Slater is Jay's dad. He has stated that that is Jay's voice on this video. He has never stated that it wasn't overlaid onto an audio or spliced. Now, you got to remember, I don't need to put my tinfoil hat on. I don't need to reach way out into the abyss to say that there could be some audio modifications, manipulations, because Ayab Qasim has been seen on stage, on camera, and is 100% factually good friends with the rapper Potter Paper. He's also friends with Narsty, Charlie Sloth, personal friends with Potter Paper, like close-knit guy. They kind of did some time together, if you follow me. Oh yeah, remember, he's a convicted felon, right? A convict. Also, a con man. Now you could say, well, I believe in rehabilitation. Oh yeah? Well, we know better when it comes to this one. Get your headphones on, y'all. Train coming through. We'll wait till that's done. Now, we're going to get into the 2 bottles. Right, what about the 2 bottles then? Oh yeah, we'll be getting there, Swoney. Swoney 1985, nice name. So, there's a splice here, and it says 2 bottles, and then all of a sudden there's something there where it's cut off. People don't usually stop in the middle of a word, and there's a couple places where it sounds like Jay's voice is interrupted abruptly. 2 bottles, that one, stuff's been taken out. Listen again. I'm going to rewind it. 2 bottles, he says 2 bottles of that one. That doesn't make sense. There's pieces missing. Do you see what I'm saying? And then it's put back to back. So there's something missing. It could be 2 completely different sentences put together. But we're going to do it one more time. And then I'm talking about the bottles. Listen. Right there. 2 bottles of, and it's almost like he was going to say Henny, right? 2 bottles of Henny but it don't get to come out. 2 bottles of hit. Listen again. And then he says, 2 bottles of hit. That one. I do a lot of editing. I'm a professional editor. There is pieces missing in this very first part, which if this is altered in the least, it's been fabricated. And that's why I 100% ask you to consider this as something very, very important, because this is allegedly Ab, Rocky, and Jay together at the Airbnb, arriving for proof that they went to the Airbnb. It's the only proof that it was nighttime, or not nighttime, but early in the morning when they arrived. I'm going to tell you, I don't believe Jay ever made it to the Airbnb. But listen one more time and then we'll continue. That it was nighttime, or not nighttime, but early in the morning when they arrived. What's going on? I'm going to tell you, I don't believe I accidentally opened something. We're going to do it again. I accidentally hit play on trying to close something. Here we go.
It looks like someone's already.
Soz. And that's it. So the only part that sounds like Jay sounds like it's been cut and spliced, because it doesn't make a lick of sense. 2 bottles of hut in that one. All right. I find that very, very interesting to me. Let's go over to our PowerPoint for a minute and let's watch this as well. It's all going to come together in just a little bit. You're going to have to be patient. All right. So you've seen this before. So what? It's Jay Slater with a bottle of Henny. It's all about these bottles, I'm telling you. So, what about the 2 bottles? Let's talk about this. We're going to head over to do a little bit of work. Oh no. Well, it's going to be more work than I'd like. So you're going to have to give me a minute, because for some reason it dropped the website, unless I'm looking at it wrong. No, it dropped the website that I had all that saved. All right, it is alive, but we've done lives long enough to find this. Okay, so... Well, doggone her. Isn't that interesting how it dropped it? Okay. Let me just see this. This is wild. It's not in my search history. Like, my search history was deleted. Okay. What the hell ever. Let's do this. How intriguing. I've been noticing some funky stuff on my computer, but whatever, right? It's easy to relook this up, and luckily I saved the most important piece. Okay, so I want to know about what does no, we don't want to be in history. We want to be on Google. 2 bottles to the head mean. Let's go with this AI thing. Okay, it's kicking off right here. 2 bottles to the head according to AI. Based on your query, 2 bottles to the head. It seems you might be referring to a couple of different things. Number 1, the potential dangers of being hit in the head with the bottles. Studies on cadaveric heads have shown that skull fractures can occur from being hit with 1-liter glass bottles. Even without a skull fracture, might be I can't even say this, and metamorphical expression to describe serious head injuries. Okay, let's go ahead and see more. Or it could be Metallica's Seattle 89 concert. Talking about this idea. Well, it's not that. And then we could go to Reddit. So even AI really only has one explanation. 2 bottles to the head is meaning like the old Western days. Remember the doors, the swinging doors? The guy comes in and it's like, wee, wee, and the bar is quiet. And all of a sudden somebody picks up a full bottle of booze, and they're like, yeah. And if Jay had fallen from a height, whether he fell, whether he was thrown, whether he was dropped, whether he was pushed, the most incredible thing that tells me what injuries do you get from a fall of, I don't know, we'll just go 100 feet. Just to, even though it's so much further, right? Let's talk about the basis. Can you see? Let's fix it so you can see. We're going to go into here, and we're going to widen this up for you. We're going to take that away because I love you and I want you to be able to see. So I'm just going off common effing sense. I don't gotta have no forensic nothing. I can be an unprofessional, right? Non-professional opinion. Just going by the basics of everything that the AI web crawler has collected on information when asked, what injuries do you get from a fall of 100 feet? Boom! A fall from the height of 100 feet can result in a wide range of severe injuries, including fractures. Spinal cord damage. Number 2 on the list. Internal organ damage. Number 3 on the list, right? All right. Let's go ahead and show more. Skeletal injuries. Fractures of the lower extremities, legs, feet, pelvis, and spine are very common. Did you hear that? Feet. Also, if they put their hands out, right? Break the wrist and the elbows. Listen to it. Fractures of the lower extremities, legs and feet, pelvis, and spine are very common. Spinal cord injuries, including paraplegic paralysis of the lower body, can also occur. Internal organ damage. High impact falls can cause damage to organs like the lungs, the liver, spleen, and kidneys. Here we go again with the big words. I can't even say it. Thoracic injuries, rib fractures, collapsed lungs, the hemothorax, which is blood in the chest cavities, are frequently seen. Was there blood inside the lungs or in the chest cavity? Head injuries, yes, as one, but it's low, right, compared to the rest. Head injuries, traumatic brain injuries, TBIs, ranging from concussions to more severe injuries, can occur. Can. Doesn't say highly likely. Doesn't say is guaranteed. It says can. Other injuries, depending on the landing, injuries to the extreme or to the upper extremities, cranial fracture injuries, And nerve damage can also occur. Important considerations: landing position, impact surface, and survival. All right. Now, let's just see. I want to get off this website, and I want to get onto the PowerPoint, because boom, 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 they practiced. Oh, that's right. I had a really good website. How would I get it back if it's not in my search history? How did I find it? Hold on. Cadaver test of bottle to the head. Let me see if I get something. Is this the one? This might be it. We've noticed some unusual traffic coming from your network. Please check that you are a human. I was here earlier. Yeah. Okay, we'll just go to our backup plan. I'm being blocked from showing you that, I assure you. But I always got a backup plan, Mama D. Got it figured out. So hopefully I don't get a copy strike, because we can't afford to have that. I'm going to play these little snippets from Mythbusters, who literally did all this testing for us. Now, they used a smaller bottle. It was full to start with, and they began to hit a dummy, right? And so you get to see. Miss A says, with injuries that Jay had to the head and pelvis, sounds more like being hit by a car at speed than a fall at 500 feet. I think he was hit by a car. I was going there, but thank you. We're going to leave you there. We're going to get you the goat. You get the credit, right? So what I thought was that Jay and Brad basically get out of that car effing around, just like Lucy said, and they got the thing kept, and they're running down doing shit like taking off out of the tunnel headed back to Las Cristianas, when maybe they got struck. Jay got struck by a car, and a bottle that they had, a full bottle capped that they had, as he began to fall, boom, to the back of the head. So if he gets struck like boom, right? So, okay, check this out though. Now, I'm risking to play this, but I tried to break it up enough, and I'm gonna have to pause it in the middle to talk so that we don't get a copy. Okay, here we go.
Fake bottle. Don't do this at home.
Fake bottle. Fake bottle. Don't do this at home. It was plastic, okay? It's a fake bottle. All right, now we're going to get in the real stuff.
How are you thinking
It's more harmful. Plus, it's a nice excuse.
I just grabbed little pieces.
Put this on and take some hits to the head, let's put this among us.
Bar fight. Where had they been? Right. Let me remind you where they had been for the inquest. We got the bottle in Jay's hand. All right. So, follow me. There's no neck trauma. We'll come back to that, because that's worth watching a little bit more. But like I said, got to break it up for copyright thing. There is head trauma. There is pelvic trauma. But what about the blood in the lungs? What about all the damage up here we don't hear about? What about the spinal damage? Now, somebody struck him with a full bottle of Hennessy to the head, as this could be the recording of Jay talking about drinking out of the bottle. Play it one more time for you. Could be a recording of Jay saying something about a bottle being spliced and overlaid to Ab after the bad thing with the bottle to the back of his head happened. Because it's Ahab that talks about the bottle to the, hit to the head. It looks like a hit, ha ha ha, to the head, out the window. Yeah, while you're driving down the car with the bottle in your hand, and boom, to the back of Jay's head. That's what I think happened, because there's no neck damage. It's something, boom, to the back of the head only, right? Not the spine. And then was he run over so that through the hip area? I don't know. 2 bottles of on that one. Now remember, this is Sugar Reefs. It's the game time. But Jay's car is being denied. We got Haji ticked off, right? Give me my 200 pounds. But he doesn't say pounds. He says tons. Tons. And I don't care what your slang is. Tons means 2,000. So tons could be, he only wanted 200 bucks. But Haji even gets madder. And he goes on about something about basically saying, for all I've done for you, everything I've done for you, this is how you treat me? Do you know why he's saying that? Because he's having to send it to Jay in a text, because Jay ain't there to hear it, because him and Brad, in my opinion, took off with the bag. And that's why Ahab is saying, get your boy under control. This ain't no ha-ha, laugh, laugh. I believe they chased these 2 kids down. They got Jay, who had the bag, who happened also to have Brad's bank card in it because they were together. Brad continued to run and stayed in hiding till his family and police were all there. He didn't have no bag, but he knew damn well. Then they threw Jay in that car. They drove off and dumped his body from below. There was no dropping. He didn't fall. They dropped his body right there. And that's why they switched cars. You feel me? Because Ahab wasn't effing around. Jay did steal his cat, but they weren't really going to get away with it. They were just fucking around because they were probably really high on it. And Jay was running around with Brad back to Las Cristianas when he was struck from behind with the very damn bottle that was still left in the car, the Hennessy bottle. Then they went and introduced Rocky into the story to cover up for the one person that was in the front seat that Wax Unfiltered showed, which was Brandon. And if you're the driver, you're not the one with the bottle. You're Brandon. It's my humble opinion that it is very possible and should be investigated, as I'm deeply concerned that it very well could be Brandon with the Hennessy bottle that struck Jay, and Brad got away. They loaded him up in the boot, they put his body there, and they went up to the Airbnb. And the only reason they had to give up their narco headquarters was because they knew Jay's body was going to be found in Masca. So they had to get ahead of the game. And they had to create a scenario. And they already had planned to go up there to party. They were all going to party on. Jay wanted to party. See, Kat does make it hard to pee. I've done my research. And I think they played a game, Jay and Brad, not realizing maybe that they have the cat in the bag. Maybe it was Lucy's bag. I don't know, but it's a bag. I don't think Rocky was there. Ahab even says Rocky came a few days after me to keep it truthful. I believe that Rocky came the second time around specifically to cover up Brandon's part. Because Brandon was the other person at the Airbnb. Brandon had Jay's phone. That's just my theory. But let's get back into watching this bottle thing. I mean, for real.
Headshot. It looks like someone's already. So-
I'm on the wrong screen watching chat. Sorry, guys.
Fake bottle. Don't do this at home.
No, seriously, how are you taking me?
It's more harmful. Plus, it's a nice excuse for...
You know, before I put this on and take some hits to the head, let's put this in...
That's right. So, for anybody that's going to suggest that there should be glass in Jay's skull, you could be very, very wrong. Because as you're seeing, this little bottle ain't breaking. See, liquid such as alcohol has a great deal of pressure within it. So it becomes like a steel bat when you hit somebody. Worse than even a golf club. Now, I do want to address this real quick. So, Mama D has been doing something for a very long time on my channel, and I didn't understand I had monetization turned off. That's why I don't ever make no money except for memberships for a very, very long time. So you might start seeing ads on the lives because I put them on there. I approved YouTube to do 2 ads or an ad every 18 minutes so that I actually receive something for doing the work. And I've been doing this a long time, and I work a lot of hours behind the scene that if I had to go get a part-time or a real-time job out there, I wouldn't be able to do the research. So instead of grumbling about the ads, I did my research last night to find out what's going on. And then I realized I was demonetizing my biggest view, which is the initial live. So if you see it, I appreciate you. Do what you want with the ad. I just thank you for allowing me to have it. Okay, thank you, Rach. Yeah, I didn't know. That's why other creators are making so much more, I guess, and stuff, is they actually run ads on all their videos. I was turning it off by saying that I wanted a better viewing climate for my audience. I didn't know that meant, oh, don't monetize at all. So I've been doing a lot of work for free, but that's okay because I had to do it anyway. Exactly, Danielle. I would have done the work anyway. I have no regrets. I just know now things are going to get a lot better because I'll actually get a decent paycheck, right? Missy A. Ain't the Hennessy bottle's glass thicker? Yes, ma'am. Than the bottle in the demonstration, so it would be even harder to break and do more damage. You are correct. So there was a very, very dedicated viewer that has sent me the information about the Hennessy bottle in detail. What the bottles are, what the thicknesses are, what the weight is, all of that. So I'm going to be getting that to some people that have the actual golden ticket in the background to back up what we're saying and how serious this could have been and how likely this could have occurred. You think, Biff says, I think a Henny bottle or any other expensive alcohol bottle would have a thicker, heavier, tough glass bottle than a cheaper alcohol too. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Adam, however, is as Spurs
That was about 107 G's.
the
And
The bottle hit at 107 G's. The bottle hit that he swung with his hand at 107 G's. Can you imagine if you're a chubby, chunky dude and you got Ab driving Can you imagine if you just held that bottle out while he sped down the road and you mailboxed him? And you know what I mean by mailbox. Yeah, if you skip that, I guess. I get more credit the longer the ads are played, but do what you do, boo. I love you no matter what. We're going from nothing to something now. That's right, Viv. Got to make a living, right? Okay. Quart stir, Viv, as far as I know, it does, just like wine bottle. Yeah, I gotta earn crust, right? Bread. Dark glass is stronger than clear glass. That is true. That is absolutely true. The amber is the color of the bottles, are extremely strong. And the darker the glass, the stronger the bottle. Missy says, you do what you need to do. That's why I ask about you monetized. I pray, Mama D, blessings and prosperity. Thank you, lovely. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of work for free, but that's okay. Danielle Candy says, I used to work in a bar, and there was definitely a thickness difference. Yes. Yes. I had to bartend to keep food on my table, even though I'm a non-alcoholic person, for 6 weeks. I made amazing tips, and as soon as I landed a different job, I left it simply because I am not into that kind of group, and I was miserable. That's right. Also, to prevent them breaking. I'm definitely thinking now they must have broke his hip pelvic to stop him escaping. I think he was already gone before the hip thing. I am too. I'm glad we figured it out. Rach says, please don't forget to show your love to Mama D. Appreciate and smash the button. Thank you muchly. Love yous. And y'all know I am very spiritual. And I had been getting this reading that kept saying, you're just missing one little thing and it will greatly change your financial forecast. I've been getting it for like 2 years. And I didn't even think about it being that I had something switched off that was actually related to whether or not I get a paycheck or not. I was like, what? So up to this point, any live you've watched on Jay Slater, if you haven't seen an ad, it's because I wasn't monetized. So now you know I wasn't doing it for clicks and views. Proof in the pudding, proof in the pudding. That was weird, right? I don't know. Just being silly old Gemini. Oh, the poll. Thank you, Zoe. Woo! Okay, you guys. Who will show up for the Jay Slater Inquest? That's your question at home. We already have over 100 votes, so I'm going to read it through first, not giving you the results. And then I'll come right back, so get your vote in immediately. If you're at home and you're watching this, I will pause for like 30 seconds, not even. And then I'm going to read the answers. Who will show up at the Jay Slater Inquest? A. If you choose A, none of them again. If you choose B, Brad and Lucy only. If you choose C, it's Brad, Lucy, and Brandon only. If you choose D, it's all of them. All right? I got to give you the goat while you vote. It's time for the goat while you vote. If the narrative doesn't fit, we call it bullshit. Here we go. None of them is your number one answer. It's 75%. A. None of them. 15% will be Brad and Lucille show. 5% believe Brandon will come with Brad and Lucy. And 6 of you believe 6% of you out of 126 votes believe it will be all of them. Thank you, Courtster. I appreciate that. Didn't they chase TH like animals? You know, Ocean Deep, you have a point. You have a point. Missy says, wowzer, so cool. We figured out more than just things about Lily and Jack, Mama D. Hopefully you can see a huge difference now and pay my prayers to you. Thank you, Missy. I hope so. That would be neat. To actually be able to pay my bills from this alone would be wonderful. However, I do appreciate my members so incredibly much, because if you are a Starlight, I give you a whole world over there of love. And so I definitely earn that paycheck for the members, and they all agree. But at the same time, it's the most wonderful time ever. So if you want to support the channel in a monetary way, and that's only if you really can afford it, I promise you, Starlight World is very welcoming and warm, and we have a fantastic time. So I self-sponsor as well, because I don't trust them with ads, right? Not the ads that, like, I would be, like, holding a product and be like, this works. I ain't got time for that. There will be plenty of people there, because we got a golden ticket. Not Mama D. No. Mama D ain't got no golden ticket. Mama D is in the United States. I ain't going over there to the UK. I would be like a sitting duck for quack quack. No. And I'm a girl. I don't know how to fight good. Hey, Nikki B. A quickie popping in. I love you. Good to see you. I didn't take the poll. Don't know the case. But I'm here for moral, spiritual support. Well, Missy, you just witnessed us a case that we have been working for. A 19-year-old British holidayer that went over to an island to an NRG rape. We worked a year, and he was found at the bottom of a cliff dead. However, he has no spinal injury at all, and the damage is focused just to the back of the head, but they're saying he fell over 200 feet to his death. And we're like, there's no way. And then there's a year's worth of, you can imagine in any case, of information that also we're going, no. And we're starting to just add it all together in one melting pot that it looks like it would have been one of his own friends. It looks that way. That may have allegedly, according to the messages we see on the phone from Brandon, who was really the way you do me. It was almost a Godfather thing from Brandon. And thank you, Missy. I appreciate what you're saying. It could be. Could be Brandon. Maybe he was, oh my God! It all just freaking clicked. Nikki, you just cracked it. Okay, check this shite out. Jay was stuck by a cactus. Jay was on that beach, right? Oh, you thought he wouldn't get stabbed. That's why they ran out of the car. And Jay would have fallen behind because he had a wound in his leg. Let me get my boy Ahab, quack, quack, right? Let me get my boy quack, quack. Because Jay had a puncture wound in his leg. Brandon's the one ticked off. So now Brandon's collecting Jay before he gets away. So he gets Ahab to drive him up there so it can be finished. Right? Some reason, even if it's to get that some soda, something, Brad and Jay get out and run, and they got the bag. And they're chased, in my humble opinion, in this theory. Spaghetti at the wall, salt over the left shoulder, right? They're chased. But Jay's got a wound in the leg from the beach and can't go real fast. So Brad gets away and stays in hiding and was missing for 5 hours. How about 2 weeks, right? He showed up on the 28th to give his first interview. And before that, the only time we know of anything, and I don't even know if it's before that, we see Warren with Brad, That's it. Yeah. Yeah. You feel me? Holy crap. Thanks, Ragdoll. Well, I woke you up. We've got an inquest. This is our last Hail Mary to get our crap figured out so that we make sense when we go in that inquest. If we can actually figure out the most key parts, like Wax is seeing, he's working on one part, Duncan's working on another, I'm working on another, World Entertainment's bringing stuff to the table too. If we can all come together with different pieces, but they all work together, that Jay never went to the Airbnb because he'd already been DEAD. I'm keeping you. Oh God, I told you to put headphones on and then yelled at you. I'm sorry. I love you. I apologize. Let's watch this.
The average concussion that we see in the field.
I don't think I'm even. If you're wearing one of these, is a really nasty experience. So nasty, in fact.
We would love to have you.
Remove the variance of the human arm and go with a mechanical solution to solving this problem.
I don't think we can call it based on.
No, I'm not in Canada. I'm in the USA. That's right. That's one hell of a whack with a lot of force. Please God. All right? It's that time, you guys. So we are putting it out there. This is what I actually think is true. I really, honest to God, am not seeing anything in the neck area that's damaged. Right? It doesn't appear that from what we know of the autopsy, granted, I haven't seen an actual original autopsy, but what we know of it and what's being reported of the injuries, there's nothing to me that suggests a fall from great height. It's not that Jay's head came in contact with something like a rock and it was, this huge impact onto this hard surface that way. It's more like something got introduced to him because it's from the back of the head. Right? Isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't it over here? Like from the back and the side? Which is, if you're the guy in the passenger seat, and let's just say you got Ahab quack driving the car, and you got your bottle, right? And you got a guy that's limping, and you're like, Just saying. Welcome back, Jenny Bell. Yes, we'd definitely like you to thank you for spending your time with us today and truly appreciate each and every one of you and love you all much. And that's from Rach Higgy as well as me. I love you guys. I want to end this with a prayer. You know me. I believe prayer works. All right. More to the left side of the head. Yeah, because he's running back to Las Cristianas. Right? And they caught him from behind right here. All right. Sounds right to me, too. I just don't believe he ever made it. I think the bottle to the head is proven for me is a high possibility that needs to be looked at. Let's take a deep breath. Cleanse our energy. We gather our energy, all of our positive energy. We demand justice be set straight for Jay Slater. We combine our efforts to say that things will go in the favor of justice for Jay Slater at the end of this inquest. In these things, I pray these things in the name of Jesus. Amen. And it is finished. We win. I love you. Always will. I will see you again soon. Thank you humbly for all your support, and thanks for watching the ads. We will win. Just stay positive. We've got a lot of positive energy with all of us. Thank you, lovelies. Bye for now.